took the car out.
So you snuck out?
Yeah. Your dad and I...
Wait a second. Wait a second. When/how old were you when you lost your virginity?
Okay, slow down. There's where I walked over a rattlesnake.
Hey guys, it's Gianna and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. So for today's video, I'm going to be asking my mother questions that you guys are too afraid to ask. I don't really know what the title of this video is going to be, but I asked you guys a few weeks ago on my Instagram to submit questions that you're too afraid to ask your mom so that I can ask mine. So majority of the questions that I got were relatively the same thing. So I added some of my own. So are you scared to film this?
Well, there's certain things that shouldn't be made public.
I mean, you have nothing to hide. She's kind of scared to film this video.
What happens if I
she doesn't want people to judge her?
To answer the question.
Okay, so the first question is, how old were you when you had your first real boyfriend?
5.
Oh, that doesn't count.
His name was Lance, and we used to ride a wheelbarrow together. My sister used to push us around in the backyard in a wheelbarrow in circles. I was 5.
Okay, that doesn't count.
A boyfriend that I kissed?
No, that doesn't make it.
Or that I liked.
Like high school relationship, I guess. Like your first relationship that like actually lasted more than like a few months.
I think it would have to be Brian.
Who is Brian?
But his sister was my best friend. Her name was Beth.
Okay, so you went for your best friend's older brother.
Yeah. He was a senior and I was a sophomore. I think I liked Hunter first, actually.
Okay, there's the next question. How many boyfriends did you have
in high school?
Dad?
Oh my gosh.
There was Hunter,
Brian, James.
Brian.
I didn't date anybody in college. I didn't have time for boys in college.
Okay.
I was very busy.
Okay, so 3. She dated Hunter for 10 years before she married him.
Oh, I liked this guy named David.
There's such white boy names. Brian, James, Hunter, David.
You want to hear something funny? Brian's name was Brian Hunter. Hunter's name was Hunter David. And then I dated David for something.
My lord. What's the worst thing you did when you were younger?
The worst thing?
Yeah, like they got you in the most trouble.
Well, you know the one I ran out of.
Oh, tell that story. That is so funny.
So I was probably about 8, 9, something like that. I don't know exactly how old I was. 8, 9. And the dentist came in and told my mother that he had found a cavity and that he wanted to know if he could fill it right then and there. And at that time it was $50. I remember that. And I looked at him and I said, no. You ain't filling my cavity because you didn't ask me. So I got up out of the chair and I ran home.
She was at the dentist and
I left my mother there. And I met this dog on the way home.
Oh my god, you never told me this part.
And yep, I saved my parents $50.
What would you do if I got pregnant right now / became a teen mom? Which would never happen.
Well, okay, so we've talked about this, and the deal is that I'm gonna go into my sermon. Things like that are just a consequence of a choice that you make. However, we believe that a baby is a baby at the time that it's formed. And so we would say that, first of all, I've said, I'm not raising another kid. That's your responsibility, so it's your consequence. Abortion is not an option.
That's what we believe. You can have your own opinion. So don't come for us. We're pro-life. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The God is the giver of life. So you should make the better choice before you form the life, not after.
Facts. Do I know that kid? No. First period story.
Rides a moped. Well, I was 14 and I was wearing my blue footy pajamas with a zipper in them.
You wore blue footy pajamas when you were 14?
Yes. Because I was such a kid. I was so immature and I was so mad because I was like, oh, I don't want this to happen. This is not going to happen to me, but it happened.
Blue footy, but okay.
Yeah, with the white footies with the rubber on the bottom. Mm-hmm.
Okay, were any of your kids a mistake?
Mm-hmm. No, unplanned.
Yeah,
Gianna was more than planned. In fact, this is the weirdest story. I couldn't get pregnant. We decided to do artificial insemination. So I was at the doctor and they had a camera and they started looking in my uterus, and the doctor pulls the camera out and he goes, this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Either you're all messed up or you're already pregnant. And I got to see the little ball of cells going like this. splitting. And that was her.
That would be me, people.
So that was planned. I was still nursing Gianna when the doctor told me, oh yeah, you're gonna have to do infertility again, and I was already pregnant with Piper.
And then Daisy
was,
I was 8 and
an
Piper was
answered
6.
prayer from Gianna.
I prayed every single day for a baby, a little brother.
I'm still trying to figure out how that happened.
I think we all know how that happened.
Oh, look at that puppy.
I prayed every single day for a little brother, and then she got pregnant with Daisy, and she was a little sister. Okay, should I wait until marriage to have sex?
So again, on the sermon, it's not that it's old-fashioned. It's not that it's like, oh, get with the times. It's not like it's about do what you want to do. God creates boundaries and rules.
Yep.
God creates boundaries and rules for your protection. Or if people would just open their eyes and realize that part of the plan
this is not a
your
sermon.
Because it prevents
Sunday
you
is
from
tomorrow.
emotional,
amen,
etc.
What should I look for in a guy?
You need to look for somebody who's your best friend and who has good parents that you wouldn't mind becoming like. You should always look at their parent, and you should look for somebody who you enjoy being with, not somebody who you think you should marry, not somebody who your parents think you should marry. But
that's a good answer.
If somebody's your best friend, typically they will have the same values, the same morals.
Okay.
Where? You guys really want to know all this? You want the lecture from Christy?
Where/when was I conceived?
Really? I know the day Piper was conceived.
What? How do you know that?
Because I think it was my dad's birthday. Well, my dad lived in California,
okay,
I lived in Texas. I don't remember. It was just that we were trying to have a baby, so it was just one night. I was pregnant, but I went on a boat trip. That was right after I was pregnant. I didn't even know I was pregnant, so then I took a pregnancy test on my trip, and I actually called a friend that I worked with, and I was in Canada, and told her before I told Ron.
Okay, did you ever do drugs in high school?
I smoked Jakarta cigarettes once or twice.
What is that?
It was terrible.
Did you drink?
I had a few sips of alcohol.
Okay, do you think I do drugs/drink?
I don't think you do.
No.
Because we've talked about it, but I know a lot of people that have kids that I hear their kids are doing stuff, and I don't know if their parents know. Every
single one of my friends here, like 99% has like at least tried it, but I've never tried it. I've never even drinking like your wine. Well, I don't drink. I don't have time to drink, and I don't have a reason to drink. You have a glass of wine every once in a while, but like not at home. Like she doesn't get drunk. Like none of my parents get drunk. Out at a... Okay, am I allowed to have a boyfriend? Yes. Well, I think that you can have a friend that's a boy that you hang out with. I just turned 16. Okay, so when I was younger... So I'm not allowed to have a boyfriend? I think that kids are crazy nowadays, and you guys know all about kinds of stuff. And I've had a boyfriend. All doing the same stuff that kids have done since the 60s or whenever. So I'm not allowed to have a boyfriend now, but I had a boyfriend freshman year. Well, that kind of crept up on us. What do you mean? We didn't really even talk about that. It was just here's like, the thing. It just happened. When I was like in middle school and like freshman year, okay, I like met this guy literally like the first day of freshman year. So like middle school, and she always told me that I wasn't allowed to have a boyfriend until I was like 16 years old. And then my sister starts dating this kid, and she dates him for like a year and a half. Dating means like they maybe looked at each other during school. Yeah. Okay, they didn't go out. He's not driving. He's not got a job. It's not, yeah, it wasn't dating. I don't know why you guys call this dating. No, dating is when the kid has a car. He comes over to the house. I'm 16, so everybody has their license now. So now I'm allowed to date. Which I don't care what you say. I'm going to date. Actually, nobody even likes me. So. Last question. This is the one that everybody's been waiting for. When/how old were you when you lost your virginity? How about beep? Where's the thing? I'm going to tell you that your... Mom, I already know the answer. You have to tell them. Are you lying to me this whole time? Okay. Your dad and I... Wait a second. Wait a second. No. What? Okay, keep going.
Your dad and I were friends, and I didn't really like him, but then he became my best friend. So I was going to become roommates with him and another girlfriend, and then I realized, and she kind of realized, that I liked him, and so she told me that if I really liked him, I needed to tell him, and I said, if I tell him, then we can't be like roommates, and because it was going to be like Three's Company, except Dad's not gay. And well, I guess really he wasn't gay, he just pretended to be gay, because back in the 70s you couldn't have men and women living together.
Dad pretended to be gay?
No! That's what the show Three's Company is about.
Just, okay.
So that's what it was going to be like, kind of, but anyway, I told him, and then that was in the spring, and we started dating in May, and we were married in September. And because we decided to get married so soon, because we wanted to wait, and we waited until our wedding night.
So they waited till they were married.
Yes.
That's the question that you guys were all waiting for. I don't know why, because I mean, it wasn't like some crazy story she was 14 years old, which is a good thing, because that's ridiculous.
No.
But to become a part of the
MacLaine, you guys gotta come up with better questions.
You really thought I was like high-key about to expose you. See, I told you it wasn't that bad. What did you think the questions were gonna be?
I thought they were gonna be about all the stupid stuff you guys are already all doing. Like,
anyways. Okay,
so let me give you one. So when I was 16, on my 16th birthday, I stole a car.
You stole a car?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, I stole the car, my dad's car.
What?
And I went out in the evening without.
Did you have your license?
Yeah, I got my license on, it was my 16th birthday.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
So I took the car. My parents went to sleep. I would take the car out.
So you snuck out?
Yeah.
I've never snuck out of my house.
And then, like, we were just stupid when I was 16, 17. We'd go cruising around Valhalla area, which is by the mountains, kind of. And we would just go looking for parties. But, I mean, I never did anything.
Oh
but
my gosh.
We'd go driving
like the
around.
Same person.
We'd go driving around.
Like, you would be the getaway driver if your friends got in trouble. Like,
yeah,
that is, like, same for me.
We never really did anything. We hardly ever found a party, because, you know, trying to go find a party in the middle of
you didn't have
the
Snapchat.
world. Yeah, we didn't have didn't have
no
a phone.
open pads.
I didn't have a phone until I was 24 years old. Cell phone. So see, like, those are the kinds of questions. Oh, hold on. Speak of the devil.
Who's the devil?
What do you think the devil is?
Dad?
Oh, it's underneath me, yeah.
Put on speaker.
Yes?
Taking the girls for a drive. Love you, bye.
Bye.
Okay, thank you guys so much for watching.
Okay, wait, you don't want to hear more of my stories?
No, it's already 22 minutes, Mom.
Oh, you're gonna film the whole thing? You're gonna edit this?
Yes, I'm gonna edit this.
Edit everything out.
No. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Peace.